welcome to the final round of the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship. We're here in Cork this weekend. Beautiful weather conditions right now, but rain is forecast. It's a heck of a field of competitive drivers, and we'll see the debut of the Volkswagen R5 in the hands of Marty McCormack this weekend. Lots of championship battles to be decided, modified, Group N, historic, juniors. We've got it all covered for you here in Cork.
So, this is it then, the final round. Drivers prepare for what will be an intense weekend ahead. We've got 13 stages to tackle, which offer some serious challenges to our crews. The quality lineup speaks for itself, and with every category bar the ITRC title itself to be decided, you just know that the action will be supreme on the stages. With number one on his door, Callum Devine is our top-seeded driver, with his best season in rallying played out this year. He is striving for the runners-up spot in the championship this weekend.
We're looking forward to seeing the win on the board for you at some point, and it could be this weekend, couldn't it?
It could be, but I know Marty McCormack and Daniel and all them boys will be all going hard, and yeah, it's going to be. We'll just take it the same way we've done every rally, and hopefully our pace can be strong enough at the end.
Hopefully we're okay with the car setup this weekend, and if it rains, you know, we've got good tyres to cope with it. So hopefully I can do my bit, and it'll be a good rally.
Making its debut on Irish Tarmac is the Volkswagen Polo R5 GTI in the hands of Marty McCormack.
It's really exciting. We're going into the 20-kilometre stage here this morning, which isn't ideal for a new car, but look, we'll just keep it steady away and see how we get on.
Steady away for McCormack, but then he doesn't have a championship to seal. The boys in Group N do. Willie Maverty and Andy Davis are neck and neck as we head into the final round. Davis lays out the plan.
We've got to win, haven't we? Completely neck and neck. There's no two ways about it. Whichever one of us finishes in front of the other is the winner. So, no, it's going to be a race to the finish.
In the modified category, Damien Toner has the advantage over David Condell in the title fight. However, it is a challenging weekend ahead. Any mistake by either will be heavily punished.
Tracks are still on, and they're very, very, very tough stages. So we'll see. We'll go the first loop and see where we're going with David then after that. So.
It's been a brilliant championship, I have to say, and like, I mean, to be able to finish, if we can, second home, it'll be great, you know.
Into the opening stages. Kilnamartyr would run 3 times today, and Lokalua is run twice. Despite dry weather initially, the opening stages were still slippy. Devine and Hoy were out of the blocks quickly, setting fastest times on the opening 2 to lead the event.
5 left, slowing fast 2 right. It continues into left over crest, into right over the big junction. Go on it. Into lane 3 right, in and go. It's wide for a while now. 80, lane 4 left, go. 170.
However, a spin on a rain-soaked stage 3 held off the spree of quick times, but they remained out in front. Daniel Cronin enjoyed the challenge of the Kilnamartyr stage and was in second position overall. There was a distraction for the Cork man though. The Fiesta R5 was overheating, so one eye was constantly on the temperature gauge. All eyes were peeled on the Volkswagen R5 as it took to the tarmac tests. Grip was difficult to find, and McCormack admitted that the setup was too stiff. This was to change, and the second loop saw Marty head from 5th to 3rd.
4 left over the bumps, opens to the 1 right over crest, goes 1 right, 40, right over bumper, tight 5 left, and 3 left plus, into 2 right, opens over crest, 40, flat 2 right in, half long, and 2, flat 3 left in, sharp 100.
For Welshman Marion Evans, this would be his second attempt at the Cork 20. Every event this year has been brand new to him. He and Jonathan Jackson were running as high as second, but dropped to 4th after 4 stages. Brake issues on the opening loop for forestry champion McCourt impeded his progress. But after service, it all changed, and he and Liam Moynihan moved up from 7th to 5th overall. Great to see Andrew Purcell out on tarmac. This is only his 3rd tarmac event in a decade. Sadly though, the opening morning would be dogged with electrical woes. Jordan Hone, the Billy Coleman Award runner-up, was making his debut in an R5. But it was a day of technical troubles, brake problems and fuel pressure issues. He would go on to have a strong Sunday outing, however.
100 up. Flat crest past the sign and flat 3 right on.
5-time Irish Tarmac champion Eugene Donnelly was a welcome sight in the Proton R5. Although he commented that maybe it could do with a younger driver behind the wheel. But we're glad to see you there, Eugene. He was 6th after stage 4.
Left and slight right into bump and turn 2 left and slight right over big crest jump 40, 2 left into 5 right.
Johnny Greer and Kirsty Riddick were back in action, but not totally happy out on the stages. A diff issue was plaguing the pair. They were passed by McCormack early on and 7th overall.
Flat 1 right now, 3 left, 1 ahead, he's letting you back. That's it. Brake 4 right tightens, double tightens left.
David Guest wasn't too far from home, but he felt like he needed a kick up the rear. His words, not mine. He and Jonathan McGrath were in 8th in the Super 2000. We're used to seeing Dennis Moynihan in an Escort. Big step up to the R5 here in Cork, and all going well. 9th overall. What a season it has been for Will Crichton and Liam Regan. R2 overall success beckons, and the ITRC 3 Championship title if they keep it on the road this weekend. Carrying a poignant message on his car this weekend, Johnny Mulholland returns to competition in his R2 Fiesta. The Group N battle was incredible to watch. It's winner takes all, remember, and the advantage kept switching between Davis and Mavety. Davis took the wrong tyre choice for the opening loop and Mavety dominated. Then it switched on the next stages. High intensity and big pressure for the crews. For Colin O'Donoghue, it was the start of dreams. First time in the 2.5 litre Escort and leading the National after 4 stages.
And 1 right, 100 down. Hog past 3 right in through the dip. And caution, long 1 left and 9 sharp 5 right at the posts.
David Condell had a good morning's run and was in 2nd by stage 4, but he felt he could deliver more pace. For Toner, it was a tentative start with much at stake this weekend. He climbed to 2nd and then dropped back to 4th after stage 4. In the Toyota Starlet, Richard Moffat had taken a gamble on a hard compound tyre for the opening loop. He was in 2nd, but then slid off the road on stage 3 and went into Rally 2. Sasha Kakard has a few Irish events under his belt now, but it's his first time in Cork. A BRC regular, he was 3rd overall in the National after stage 4. Colin Byrne, rally sponsor and rally competitor, and his first event since the Cork 20 last year. With Stephen Quinn on the notes, they were a respectable 6th overall. Neil Phelan and Keith McCarthy were climbing the leaderboard into 9th in the National. Umbrellas up, wellies on.
The weather has got worse with 1 stage remaining on day 1 of the final round of the ITRC for 2019. Look at this rain. It's going to be very tricky on that final stage.
OK, so maybe that green coat isn't my best look, but at least I was dry-ish. Every spectator was well decked out. Professionals here, or maybe just used to the weather. The final stage would prove to be dramatic. Devine, who had been strong all day, was not the first to finish the stage. A broken drive shaft early on meant that Marty McCormack would pass him and emerge first. Devine tumbled down the standings to 5th. It was Daniel Cronin who emerged unscathed from Kilnamatra to claim the overnight lead.
Wasn't it very enjoyable? I had a foggy up windscreen there at the start, and know, so, but we done our best anyway.
Marion Evans was now up to third overall, but hadn't escaped the dramatic final stage without issue. A slide in slippery conditions and his Skoda kissed a bank, but he got away with it. So this is the way it stands then at the end of day one. Daniel Cronin leads over Marty McCormack, with Evans in third, McCourt in fourth and Devine fifth overall. Join us after the break for day two's action. Welcome back to the cbtoolhire.com Cork 20 International Rally, the final round of the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship for the 2019 season. We have 8 stages today, kicking off with the classic Mulliganish.
Well, the drivers thought it was going to be dry and sunny, but actually there's moisture in the air. There's rain around this morning. The stages are really, really slippery. It's going to be a huge morning for our front runners out there. I'm predicting some drama.
It was Daniel Cronin and Shane Buckley who held the overnight lead. However, after a great drive, it would come to an end on the second stage of the day, with Cronin sliding off the road. You can see his banked Fiesta from the onboard of Donnelly's car here.
140. Flat crest 60.
For former rally leader Devine, it was also going to be an early bath. They slipped off stage and temporarily blocked the road, then discovered a puncture. By the time they were through, they'd lost 10 minutes. They decided to withdraw from the event. Marty McCormack's VW Polo wasn't looking very aerodynamically sound after a run-in with a telegraph pole on the road section, trying to avoid another motorist. He was now our rally leader.
30, stop, crest goes tight 6 left loose, tight 6 left loose, 60. Flat 2 left sharp, flat 2 left sharp now, flat right 60.
Sitting in the road section this morning against the telegraph pole, going to the first stage, I thought, oh no, it's over already. But very treacherous out there this morning. Stages are drying there now nicely, but still it's still slippy under the trees.
Evans was our leading ITRC point scorer and was trying to keep a balance on the stages, giving it a push, but not taking too much risk. A difficult job.
We're still in the picture, so it's nice to be here in the frame sort of for a win in my first year in the championship. So, yeah, do our own thing and see where it leaves us.
McCourt, who was now lying in third position, was definitely showing us that he was a thrill seeker, with some big moments along the way.
Very big moment in that stage there. Near the end there. No, I enjoyed that stage. I couldn't get into the first two, but geez, with a real good cut in that. I enjoyed it. That's what it's all about.
Sadly for him, retirement beckoned on stage 9 when he went off the road. It was good to see Johnny Greer having a cleaner run after suffering with a diff issue across Saturday. A slippery corner on stage 7 was catching out the majority of the drivers, including Eugene Donnelly, who was in fourth after the retirement of McCourt.
Slight right into flat left, 120 of the middle. One right past the junction, overcrest continues, 80.
The Group N battle had intensified further, with just 4 seconds between Davis and Mavety. Pressure was mounting and you could see it. This overshoot was well saved by Davis. Little did he know that Mavety's Mitsubishi had bigger problems, as you can hear.
We think it's the rear diff. Something's exploded on that stage at about the first mile in, so need to try and get back to service now.
What was the time in there, guys?
Oh, terrible.
8:35.
8:35.
Condell, who had the overnight lead in the National, was also caught out by the slippy conditions. However, there was more going on than meets the eye.
Quite a smell of burning in here. What is going on?
On the last stage, halfway through the stage, my paddle shift broke, and it's amazing the confidence you get in the car when it's working. But I would have driven the car manually through that stage now, so the lads took a lot. Here they are. They look a lot higher than what was in the last stage with that incident. But hopefully, I'll get to stay ahead. I don't know, but we'll keep trying anyway.
Toner was now in the lead, and there was full commitment on the stages, plus a few moments. The lead was good for Toner, but even better for Cody.
It was important for your co-driver as well. He wants to take the championship victory.
Yeah, he has to win. He has to come first to win, so I'll try to keep it going for him.
Keep a big smile on his face. Thank you, boys.
OK, before we reach the conclusion of the CB Tool Hire Cork 20 International Rally, let's take a look at some of our class wins. 1982 Irish Tarmac champion John Coyne was in full action in a Tuthill's prepared Porsche. All was going well until the last stage, when they went off the road into a field. Victor and Susan Beamish took victory in Class 10 in their Vauxhall Nova. Jason Dixon and Martin Brady took the spoils in Class 11F, sealing fourth in the National on the very last stage.
And then left 5, okay to go, and right 5 opens. Well held, right 5 opens to long right 6, and right on crest, very fast left 4 being neat.
Alan Tracy and Bob Fitzgerald guided their Toyota Corolla to a class win in 11R. Michael McDade and Declan Casey were Class 12 winners here at the Cork 20. The Nissan Almera of David Randalls and Andrew Cronin was victorious in Class 13F. Sealing third overall in the Modified Championship and class winners in 13R are Jared McQuaid and Gary Quinlan. Dara O'Riordan, 4-time winner in Cork, takes Class 14. In possibly the most ogled car this weekend, Ray Breen and Sean Hassett seal a class win in the stunning Metro 6R4 and 8th overall in the National. The solid Skoda Fabia of John Lynch and Brian Quinlan took the honours in Class 20. Gavin Walsh and Mark O'Regan scoop up Class 22 honours after a challenging weekend, with Emma Knott and Denny Greeny sliding their Mark II to Class Win 23. In the historic category, it was not the weekend for the dynamic Mini of Ray Cunningham, retiring on stage 3 of the event. For Duncan Williams, it was time to celebrate 5th overall and a successful season that has yielded him the historic championship title for 2019.
What an event. What an event. What a championship. Great.
What a championship. Will you be back is a question.
Oh, absolutely. We've been doing this for 3 or 4 years now, and it's getting better and better. Love it.
That's good to hear, Duncan. Taking second position in the historic class was Robbie Barrable and Damien Connolly in their Ford Escort. Taking the overall historic win after a stunning drive were Owen Murphy and Anthony Nestor. The Talbot Sunbeam got a fair workout this weekend.
Flat 6 right, and keep 6 left over crest for pink. Flat 4 right, 6 left. And 6 right over crest 40. 4 right 40, turn square left. Well done, that's good. 100. Flat left on jump, 150.
Yeah, we're delighted. We had a fierce troublesome day yesterday. We broke a couple of half shafts and we nearly retired 4 or 5 times out in the stage. So to get back in, and I think we won about 75% of the stages as well. It was a really good weekend for us overall.
Let's take a look at the juniors now, and we kick off with our 2019 champions crowned here in Cork, Cian Walsh and Derry Long, who take 5th overall at the event.
Yeah, I'm delighted now. I'd like to thank Carl Brown and all the boys there at Power Tune for getting the car faultless, and Derry and my sponsors, my father and everyone that helped all year. So I'm delighted.
Second overall was Aaron Brown, son of the Cork 20 clerk of the course, Paul Brown, and his co-driver, Daniel Hanratty. Taking the ultimate junior honours here are Kieran Reen and Mark O'Leary. Into the national section now, and there were some dramas towards the end of the day. David Condell retired with gearbox failure after a strong fight throughout the weekend. Event sponsor Colin Byrne and co-driver Stephen Quinn sealed third overall.
It brought a tear to my eye as I came over the finish line, and all I wanted to do was hug my navigator. It meant so much. We've tried to finish this 3 years in a row ourselves together, and this is the only one we've done, so it's fantastic.
Former leaders during the weekend, Colin O'Donoghue and Sean Collins, took second. Taking victory in the national and, more importantly, the modified championship title for 2019 are Damien Toner and Michael Cody.
The smiles on your faces say it all. How are you feeling?
Oh, over the moon, hey. It's unreal feeling to win this. It was a tough year all year now.
I want to thank Damien, the bottom of my heart. Thank all the boys in service, Big Adrian for the tyre, hold your tyre all year long. You know, it's a team, Bex. It takes a team to do it, like, and that's a massively talented man, and it's brilliant to sit with him. That's the way it is.
More titles sealed on this final weekend as William Crichton and Liam Regan take the ITRC 3 R2 Championship win.
Yeah, it's been good. All we sort of had to do this weekend was drive around, but with the conditions that everybody had, that's easier said than done. So yesterday was very difficult, and to get through that, and then we definitely enjoyed today. And yeah, I think we set some good times as well and got the car home to the finish.
And we carry on to our champions in ITRC 2 Group N this year after an insanely close battle. Andy Davis and Michael Gilby.
He did a fantastic job. Didn't put a wheel wrong all weekend, apart from the little overshoot. But he's allowed one. He had his one, so that was fine.
You're going to celebrate in style tonight, I hope, boys?
Oh, massively. There's a big team of us here. The boys have come to every single event. We've got a real good crowd of lads, and we'll go out and have a good crack tonight in town.
There were no doubt some sore heads in the morning. Now, into our big top six here at the cbtoolhire.com Cork 20 International Rally. Taking 6th position overall after adapting to the R5 are Dennis Moynihan and Martin O'Brien. David Guest and Jonathan McGrath sealed a strong 5th position. Eugene Donnelly takes his Proton R5 to 4th, a good weekend. First step at the podium, and after a tough day on Saturday, this is a great result. Johnny Greer and Kirsty Riddick take 3rd. Scoring maximum ITRC points and taking their best result of the season are Marion Evans and Jonathan Jackson. A great season sees them finish 4th in the championship. Taking the overall win here in their first time out in the Volkswagen R5 Polo are Marty McCormack and Barney Mitchell.
Very happy, very pleased. The cars, is really enjoyable to drive. I feel like I know where I'm at with the car. And once you become, one with the car, then it becomes very enjoyable experience.
Barney, is that a smile I see on your face? Maybe at the end of the rally, you're a happy man. It's been a great weekend for you both.
Yeah, very happy. I'd just like to thank the club. I think that the attitude they had with the competitors was very good. They run a rally, for the drivers themselves without any stress, and that's very good, very happy. I'll maybe smile for another day yet.
Keep smiling, Barney. Confirmation then of the result here at the Cork 20 with McCormack with the outright win. Evans the leading ITRC point scorer. Toner takes the national honours and the modified championship for 2019.
So that is it. The Irish Tarmac Rally Championship for 2019 is complete. 7 superb rounds. Ultimately, it's Craig Breen and Paul Nagle who have taken the title. Every single category, though, other than that, has been sealed here in Cork. We will see you next season in 2020.